So this is pretty new. It's been in here for a few months, and I love it. It's just a little stylish thing now.
This is the gift to the dog.
160 pounds, right?
165, yeah.
165 pounds.
But lots of people say your water bill must be crazy to just be running that the whole time.
No, it recirculates. And here's how you know that you're a pond contractor's house. This is the front yard water feature. I love how they have their little sign right here. Even though this is their personal residential house, why not have a little sign right there? And then listen to that sound. So yes, if somebody's walking their dog right there and the dog needs a little drink, come on over, especially if it's a Great Dane, looking down at that. Very nice. I like the way they use the moss. They got a backdrop of that boulder in there. You know, little artistic ways to put something together. And look at this little cutie.
Mila.
And she is just 1 year old, right?
Just 1 year.
Just 1 year old. And we are in Acton, Ontario, and we're gonna check out another beautiful Aquascape ecosystem pondless that Padraic put in how long ago?
For Father's Day. This is the gift to the dog. She was making my entire yard one giant mud run.
Come on.
We mulched this entire area, took up all the lawn. It felt very barren and dystopian, so we added a little bit of life.
Yeah, 160 pounds, right?
165, yeah.
165 pounds. And so what do you mean you put it in for the dog? As a dog bowl?
This is her drinking fountain.
Well, when you're that tall, you need a big drinking fountain and you need a lot of water. So this is pretty new. It's been in here for a few months, and I love it. It's just a little stylish thing now. And this is your brother Sean, right?
Yeah.
Okay, right. And so you guys are together the owners, second generation of Rockscapes of Canada.
That's right. Started this in '84, and then we've been running it full time for over 10 years.
And there's the dog drinking.
Exactly. Nice and filtered by the plants.
You know what? Dogs love the natural water features outside more than chlorinated city water.
Absolutely. And we have the worst water here.
So your dad started the business in 1984. You guys came on board and been doing it for a while now. And then your idea was to branch off into decorative water features from the manufactured rock water features.
Yeah, so all of our stuff, our base business is all custom artificial rock, where we take molds from real rock, but it doesn't allow us to get into the average person's backyard. And that's something that we wanted to do. We wanted to get closer to our customers. We wanted to almost start at that medium to go to the big. This is the first, second, and third water feature. And these are the perfect 1, 2, and often 3. Like ponds can get giant, but lower to the ground. And if you look at this area, it's all suburbia. We've never had a local market. This also helps with that.
Amen.
Okay, so here I have the pondless feature. I have 3 1-watt lights, and I wanted something simplistic for our backyard, something easy to maintain, but still gave that beautiful sound. And what I did was 1 pondless vault and 3 small aqua blocks as our basin. And then we had a very flat backyard, so we mounded up, took the earth, didn't have to bring in any extra to mound out next to it. And then I used the natural moss that grows here, along with a hydrangea and some mint as our filtration. I turned a patio bowl into a tiny wetland. And so far, after 2 months, it's been perfectly clean without any issues. And we're looking forward to adding more and more plant life. Now, one of the considerations we've had is that the dog loves to trample through, which is the whole point of this. But as they trample more and more, we're realizing only certain types of plants are going to survive. And one of the things that I really wanted to create and actually plan to continue is with this moss to grow and act as a drip edge. So what I've done is on the back side, I've actually put a liner up and almost bibbed so that it can slowly leach back into the system with only taking a little bit out of the reservoirs. So it will keep that moss alive and act as a steady bowl drip edge. At nighttime, we have our lighting going up to this big, beautiful maple, and it dances along, acts as a wonderful spot. So even though this was built as a spot for the dog, we immediately had to get furniture so that we can enjoy it as well.
Trisha, you were saying?
I love coming out here at night because the lights are on and it's so peaceful, and I think the sound of running water is just one of the most relaxing things you can have at your home.
So you're happy with him on this project?
Very happy with him on this project. Yeah, I think one of the biggest benefits of my husband working with water features is that our home is the guinea pig, right? So we get to test out all the new things and give some beautiful art all around the house now.
Awesome. Yeah!
The water feature, the stack slate
sphere,
sphere.
Yeah. I saw that up front. So what were you saying about the kids?
I'll be on the deck and I could hear families on walks and the kids running to the water or dogs going to drink out of it. It's such a feature for the whole neighborhood.
And little do they know that back here is something even cooler than the front.
It's interesting because you think a water feature is like 1 season or 2 seasons, but in the winter it's so beautiful. It freezes over and the water is like running underneath. So everyone's so interested to see that. And yeah, all year round.
They're not used to seeing it in the neighborhood. You know, they don't see anybody else. You guys are the house with the front yard water feature.
A few have popped up in the neighborhood now, but we're the only ones that run it all year round.
Yep.
And we've had multiple people be like, I prefer it during winter. And because with the lighting shining through and creates that glowing orb.
Yep.
Yeah, one of my favorites.
It's so funny. I had someone here from the city turning the water back on last week, and he came and started driving away. So I was like running after his car, and he was like, "Oh, I saw the fountain running, so I thought you had your water back on." And I was like, "No, actually, that just goes in a basin.
It just recirculates.
It's like running off of like small electrical power, and it's coming from the rainwater." And he was so impressed. He just stood there and stared at it for like 10 minutes. He like loved it.
That's funny.
We've had lots of people say your water bill must be crazy to just be running that the whole time.
No, it recirculates. All right, Patrick, so this has been home for 34 years.
This is 20 years we've been here.
In this place, 20 years, okay.
This is the first year we started to really think about having people in. Not into this space. This is where we store all of our molds, all of our aquascape equipment, all of our concrete. And then this is also a place that this past winter, after visiting Aqualand, we made a sandbox.
Here it is. Nice. When you first put it in, your guys took how long and how quick did they improve?
This simple water feature was taking them over a day for 2 people to install that. They were fumbling a lot. And by the end of a week, they were down to 1 person in 1 hour.
Just from ripping out, rebuilding it, coaching, seeing what they did wrong, how they can improve it.
Even just repeating it a few times and understanding and working with the stone and having different ways to work with that, they got so much more comfortable with that immediately. We saw incredible improvements and we thought, how do we translate that to everything else?
Right, wow. This is where all the structures get created and then brought out to the field, huh?
Exactly, yeah.
All the molds.
One of those is molds.
So all artificial rock molds, and then you bring them out to the field and cast the concrete right there in the field on them.
So like this is a new mold for Riverstone.
Oh yeah.
Actually, we were doing little samples to try and incorporate in some of the Aquascape systems.
Oh yeah. Right there. You see that? Cool.
And then that will be, we're doing a couple tests for the sides of the aqua basins. And,
very cool.
This is actually going to be the signage. So eventually we will actually have a showroom and an area for people. And you've always talked about having pricing and signage. We wanted to do something different. We actually did this for a museum, except they're all like 8 feet tall.
Yep.
So we'll have metal plaques with the signage so we can slip in and out, or QR codes.
Very cool. Neat to be in here. Look at all the quick reads. Super cool. And you got painting back there, or?
Our artist paint area is there. Anything fiberglass there. We're working with playgrounds now, building them different things. Yeah, our storage for all the Aquascape stuff. Everything we sell through Amazon is down in the showroom, and everything that we would use ourselves is up here. This is a sample piece that we actually went to Winnipeg to win a casino job.
Oh wow, so you actually embedded real crystals in there, huh?
With this, yeah. And then
whoa, that's such a cool idea.
The detail work around.
Wow, that is beautiful. Yeah, if you put that in Arizona, you would not be able to tell. People would be coming going, wow, look at that, and then try to chip it out. It would just fall right out.
We've had employees try and chip it out. That's why there's a hole there.
Are you serious?
100%.
I'm guessing ex-employees.
Ex-employees.
I'm gonna go get rich. Woo! Well, that's a pretty unique water feature for me to focus on my channel. All artificial stone. Just shows you the talent level of these guys. Kind of a showroom experiment. And there we got the Aquascape. Mongolian basalt rocks, some other fountains. Never boring. All right, so this is the goal here. Nice.
Yeah, so it's actually going to turn into our podcast studio because
Oh, I see it.
we built this for a retail spot right before COVID. I went away for a job, somebody broke in, trashed everything.
Oh my gosh.
Destroyed every shelf, all the material, everything was all over the place. I fixed it up, left again for a different project, came back, everything was destroyed again. Then we got cameras, hasn't had a problem again.
Crazy.
But
Yeah.
I hired like 5 people during COVID. 5 times we had to shut down, and I couldn't do it again. So this is now our administrator has taken on Amazon, and this is essentially her spot to store everything that she sells on Amazon.
Okay.
Yeah.